I was recently given some exotic hardwood sort of blanks and planks and offcuts, and just some odds and sods really, just to make some lures out of. And I've got some really nice pieces. And I was thinking of making a new series with these. So if you like the look of any of these offcuts or pieces, you want to see a specific type of lure or bait made out of these, just let me know the name of the wood and the type of lure that you'd like to see in the comments, and I will make a video on it. I think that could be a pretty fun thing to do. In this video I chose Spalted Beech, just because I thought the grain on that was really beautiful, and then made a Twichbait out of it, which is what you're watching now. So I'll shut up for a bit and let you enjoy the video. So one of the things that I found whilst working with this Spalted Beech is it was quite easy and quite nice to work with. Actually, I thought it would be a lot harder to sort of shape than it actually was. It was kind of odd. Like the dust that came off of it was almost like sand. I don't know how to explain any other way than it was just pretty much like sand, other than compared to, I don't know, like basswood or something that's quite fluffy sawdust that comes off it. It was very coarse and grainy, but it was pretty easy enough to shape with a sharp knife, as you can see in this part of the video where I'm just starting to shape it. Did a lot of freehand work with this one, although you can kind of see that I have drawn some chamfer lines in just to give me a rough guide, but once I got down to those points I just freehanded the rest of it. So I ended up sanding this lure all the way up to I think 3,000 grit, which is quite overkill, I admit, but I think the end result sort of speaks for itself when you put just that little extra bit of time into sanding and polishing before adding the clear coat. It really made that grain pop and show off all the different colours in the grain. Super satisfied with the effect this gave. So I wanted a hidden lip slot. So what I did was I made some shims out of the some of the pieces of the offcuts, and then made a centerpiece which was I think centimeter, 10 mil wide, and just to use as a spacer to keep everything nice and central. Glued the shims in, sliced them off, as you can see now. Sliced them off, and then there was a bit of a gap between the shim and the actual lure. So what I did was I just filled in some of that sawdust with some super glue and then just sort of pasted it on. I did this technique as well to hide the wire harness, which you'll see a little bit later on. So there you can really see sort of the how smooth and how polished this thing is after meeting the 3000 sandpaper. Just super smooth. And here I am again, just making the paste out of the sawdust and the super glue, and then just filling in the channel for the wire harness there. Just a little test fit of the lip, make sure it's all lined in, make sure I'm happy with how it looks, and I think it's going to turn out, well, I know it's going to turn out pretty good, but at this point in time I was thinking, yeah, this is really starting to come together. So now you can see with that first clear coat just how amazing that Spalted Beech looks as it's going around on the turner there. Now, admittedly, when I went out and filmed the action of this lure, it wasn't what I was expecting. I was expecting more of a crankbait, so you have to really sort of twitch it about to get the movement out, but I mean, it still works really good. You just have to use it as a twitchbait instead of a crankbait. Once I had finished the lure, I went out to the small river, and for some reason my action camera was set to time-lapse mode instead of record. I actually ended up catching a pike, I think 4.5 pounds, so the biggest pike I've caught this year on this lure actually, but because it was in time-lapse mode it's just a series of images which I'll show now, but I will show the picture of the pike at the end.